going to start today's discussion. At the end of the discussion, you will be going to your parents and answering these questions and discussing these questions. So what does SPLOT stand for? Is sure, pure learner, offer, doer, which is the 5 elements of fulfilling wish, right? Then what is evil? We all talk about no evil, but what's the definition of evil? What are the silas to keep and what are the silas to avoid? What is good? We all talk about, hey, do good. What is good? Food good? Twice good? What does it mean by good? Okay. Why is it important to find good life partner or teacher? What are the characters of a good teacher? What are the only 3 things you need in life to achieve anything? What are the effects of virtue? So here we're talking about mainly 2 virtues that we have learned so far, killing and stealing. Now, I want you to sing 5% song. And what do you need to build a serendipitous life? Okay, that's what we're going to discuss today. All right, now, we all know 5%, right? Nothing's new to you, and we have discussed the first 2, okay? Now, if you read this, Panshat Sila, this is probably, it's boring, isn't it? Right? I know this. I observe refraining from killing any living being. I observe refraining from taking what does the owner not give. I observe refraining from committing sexual misconduct. I observe refraining from telling lies. I observe refraining from taking any intoxicant drug. What's the big deal? I already knew it since I was little, right? It's boring. Yeah? Okay. So, well, we're going to make it a little bit more interesting. So, instead of these long and poly words and this and that, now we're going to make it a little simple, right? So the first precept basically means no killing. Second means no stealing. Third, no sexual misconduct. 4, no lying. 5, no intoxicant. Well, that's I know too. Okay, now, what does it mean by no killing? Why? Why shouldn't I kill? What's wrong if I kill someone or an animal? Right? So, yeah. Oh, okay. So, no killing. By not killing, you are respectful of someone's life, or you're respectful of life. By not stealing, you're respectful for someone else's property. Because in life, we don't want anyone to kill me, or I don't want anyone to steal any stuff from me. So for that, I better not do the same thing to the others, right? I gotta respect for someone else's life. I gotta respect for someone else's property, right? No sexual misconduct. I show respect for pure nature, or someone's property, someone's wife, right? Someone's girlfriend or someone's boyfriend. No lying, meaning respect for honesty. No intoxicant, meaning respect for a clear mind. Now that makes a little more sense, right? Why? What's wrong if I do that? Well, if you do that, you will not get those. If you want respect for your life, if you want respect for your property, if you want respect for the nature, if you want respect for your honesty, if you want respect for the clear mind, you don't do this stuff. Well, that's also kind of boring, right? So let's make it a little bit more simpler so that we can sing, so that it goes into our subconscious mind. Remember, what is the power of our mind? Where do we keep that power? Where is our genie? What is our genie line? No. Your subconscious mind is your genie, right? If you really want to use your genie, you got to put that into your subconscious mind. So for us to put it into subconscious mind, things has to be simple. Things have to be brief, right? Now, the 5 precepts is long and boring. Now we're going to make it simple, right? So instead of those Pali words or the Burmese long words, we're going to just make it simple. Right? I will practice not to take life. I will practice not to take stuff. I will practice red color, love and kindness. I will practice not to tell lie. I will practice not to get high. Okay? So we're going to sing that to a point that it goes into your subconscious mind. This becomes your genie. Okay? Because when we sing as a song, right, it's fun. It's open your mind. It goes into your subconscious mind. Right? If you're angry, if you're like upset, that doesn't go into your subconscious mind. If we want something to go into the subconscious mind, you're going to be singing. Okay? So how would you sing that?
I will practice not to take life. Practice not to take life. Practice not to take life. I will practice every day. I will practice not to take stuff. Practice not to take stuff. Practice not to take stuff. I will practice every day. I will practice loving kindness. Practice loving kindness. Practice loving kindness. I will practice every day. I will practice not to tell lies. Practice not to tell lies. Practice not to tell lies. I will practice every day. I will practice not to get high. Practice not to get high. Practice not to get high. I will practice every day. I take refuge in the Buddha, refuge in the Dharma, refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge every day.
How about the la? Long Marilu Pion and Bamabi, Bajang saying it. Bajang Supian it. Bamari Piore, Pissanare Yaqua, America's Red Nanga, Bajang Taya, Biro, Tongan it. Pari Quadalule. Okay, allow it to ordinate. Okay, so we're going to discuss about different types of sila, right? There are different definitions and different categories of sila, but we're going to discuss only two today. And this is very important subcategories of sila, right? There are two types. One is called warita, okay? Warita, the one on the top, and the sarita, the second line, okay? Now, what is warita? Warita is the sila that you avoid, you don't do. For example, 5 precepts. Do you do any of the precepts? No, 5 precepts are for you to avoid. That's all we know, right? Every single one of you, every single Burmese know 5 precepts. Okay? You're born in Burma, even if you're not Buddhist, you're Muslim, you're Christian, they all know 5 precepts because they have their own precept also, and their precepts are very close to our Buddhist 5 precepts, right? Then we stop right there. But there is another type of sila called sarita sila. Something that you do, something that you keep, sila to keep, okay, by doing the right thing, the right performance. Okay, we're going to focus a little bit more on that because you already know about this warita sila in and out. Yes, every monk you go to, they will tell you about 5 precepts, right? Whenever you bow down to someone, a monk or the Buddha, you talk about 5 precepts. But we never talk about this sarita sila, right? Now, what's the difference? Now, warita sila is coming from the law. What kind of law? It could be law of nature, the law of karma, or it could be the actual law by the country. You live in the United States, you got to abide the law from the Constitution. from the government. You go to Burma, you're going to follow the Burmese law, right? You go to England, you're going to follow the British law, right? Now, that is made by someone, either the law of nature or the president or the judge or the court or judiciary system, right? So if you don't keep, if you break 5 precepts, that's bad for your samsara. It's huge negative karmic energy. Or if it is the law by the government, it could become felony or a crime punishable by law. Okay, but a lot of time we talk about just upper one, right? We don't talk about the second one. The Sarita Sila is etiquette. What is an etiquette? Okay, can you give me an example? When? Very good. So you play golf. Those of you who play golf, there are certain rules that you got to follow. If you don't follow that, you are not allowed to play golf, right? But will they punish you by putting you in jail? No, it's not that bad. But they will look down on you, right? Or they'll come tell you, no, you can't do that, right? But they cannot fine you or they cannot put you in jail, right? So any sport has, they are related etiquette, right? When you go to the monastery, when you go to the temple and go with a shot, no, why not? Will they put you in jail? Will the monk put you in jail? No, that's their cultural etiquette, right? So you go visit someone else's house and you just go open the door of anyone's house and just go look at what do they have. Oh, your phone. Can you do that? Can I look at what's on your phone? No, you can't, right? That's the etiquette, right? Now, if I look at his phone, can he put me in jail? No, but he will look down on me. Wait a minute. What's he doing? Right? Now, that's the etiquette. So the second one is etiquette. It could be customs. It's a culture, right? The Burmese culture will be quite different than the American culture, right? French culture, okay? So, for example, in French, if I do this, mean work hard. You're a great person. But if you do this in Burma, that's really, really nasty. It's an F word. So why is that? A French guy come to Burma and do that, he will be in trouble, right? But in his country, it means, hey, work hard. So that is the custom, the culture, right? Obligation. In Pali, we call it witta. Okay? So, jinwe, we call it in Burmese, we borrow it from the Pali. Okay? Jinwe. It's the ethical that we practice, right? In English, in school, we call it ethic. Now, I taught you Singalawara Sutta at one point, or Mingala Sutta. So we Burmese take a lot of guidelines from Buddha, from these two sutta, and make it for the Sarita. Now, if you follow that, it is beneficial. But if you don't follow, do you get very huge negative karmic energy? No, you don't. You're fine. Okay? So, general tilama, warita tilane, sarita tilane, myoshi. General bamari ngaba tilalo luti myare, chipa tila, seva tila, luti myare, warita tilame, pyojara myara. Ngaba tilago, a yan pyojalo luria damon mataro. Angati bizabe. ဘာဖြစ်လာတယ်လဲဆိုတော့ကြောက်ခဲလို့ဖြစ်လာတယ်ကြောက်ခဲတွေ့တာများတော့ဘယ်သူမှတမိုးမထားလို့ပဲငါးပါးသီလဘုန်းကြီးကလည်းပြောလိုက်ဆရာကပြောလိုက်မိဘပြောလိုက်ကျတော့တမိုးမထားတော့နော်အဲ့တော့ငါးပါးသီလသည်ကျွန်တော်တို့ကဒီဖက်ဘယ်ထဲမှာပါဆိုဝါရိတသီလလို့ခေါ်ရှောင်ရမယ်ဟာတယ်ငါးပါးသီလထဲမှာတစ်ခုမှကိုမလုပ်တဲ့နော်ရှောင်သီလလို့ခေါ်နော်အဲ့ဒါကိုနေဆသီလလို့ခေါ်တယ်ဘာလို့ဆိုအမြဲတမ်းလုပ်ရမယ်ဟာမဟုတ်လို့နော်ဂရုဓမ္မသီလလို့လည်းခေါ်တယ်တကယ်အပြည့်ကြီးကြီးမားမားရပြီးတော့တကယ်ကိုကပစိုးလို့သမင်လိုမျိုးကြွမကြအောင်လုပ်ထားမှာမဟုတ်လို့နော်ဒါကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ကဝါရိတသီလလို့ခေါ်အဲ့တော့ဒီသီလသည်ဝါရိတသီလမျိုးသည်ဥပမာဝိနည်းတို့တရားဥပဒေတို့လောကနေရာမှာတို့ ਨੇ သက်ဆိုင်ဟုတ်ပြီလားအဲ့တော့ဒီဓာတ်တွေကိုချုပ်ဖောက်မယ် right ကျွန်တော်လူတတ်မယ်ဆိုရင်တန်တရားမှာလည်းမကောင်းဘူးလို့ထောင်လိုက်ကြပစ္စည်းခိုးမယ်တန်တရားမှာလည်းမကောင်းဘူးထောင်လိုက်ကြသူများသားမင်းဖြတ်စည်းမယ်တန်တရားမှာလည်းမကောင်းဘူးမိရင်ထောင်ကြမယ်မမိရင်တော့မမိဘူးပေါ့နော်မိရင်ပြဿနာတက်မှာအဲ့တော့ဒီဝရိဒသီလဒီ၅ပါးသီလဒီမကျင့်ရင်မဆောင်ရင်အပြစ်ကြီးတယ်ဟုတ်ပြီနော်ဒါပေမဲ့ကျွန်တော်မပြောတဲ့ဇာရိတဆိုတာရှိတယ်ဗမာတွေပြောတယ်နော်ဟဲ့ဒီကောင်လေးကဇာရိတကောင်းလိုက်တာဟာဟိုကောင်လေးကဇာရိတမကောင်းဘူးဇာရိတမကောင်းဘူးအဲ့ကောင်နဲ့မတွဲနဲ့ပြောတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ဒါကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ကကလေးတွေကိုချမ်းတင်ပေးဘူးအဲ့တော့အဲ့ကိုတို့ကဆောင်းရမယ်သီလလို့ဘာတွေတော့ဒီမျိုးရိုးဆင်လာရဆောင်းရမယ်ဟာမှကျွန်တော်ငယ်တော့ဆိုရင်ခြေလမ်းပြည့်ပြည့်မနဲ့အိမ်ထဲမှာနော်တွေ့ရနေရသတိမထွေးနဲ့လူရှိတွေ့ရင်ခေါင်းငုံသွားအဲ့ဒါတွေဒီဇာရိတသီလတယ်နော်အဲ့တော့ဒါတွေကဘယ်ရလာတာလဲဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ခုနသင်္ကာလောဝါဒလာရတုတ်တန်တို့မင်္ဂလာတုတ်တော်ကနေလာနော်ပြီးရင်ဗမာနိုင်ငံမှာဒီဖျားစာတွေကမကဘူးဒီပြည့် philosopher တွေကယူထားတဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့လောကနီတိဆိုတာရှိတယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ငယ်တော့သင်ခဲ့ရတယ်အခုတော့မသင်ရတော့အဲ့တော့ဒါတွေအားလုံးဒီဇာရိတတယ်တော့အဲ့ဇာရိတဒီကျွန်တော်တို့ကကျင့်ရင်အကျိုးရှိတယ်မကျင့်ရင်တန်ရာမှာဘာဖြစ်မလဲအငယ်ရတော့မကြည့်ဘူးဟုတ်လားငါအိမ်ထဲမှာခြေထောက်ကျုပ်ဒုံဒုံနဲ့နီးသွားတယ်ငါ့ကိုဖမ်းလို့ရတာမရဘူးဟုတ်နော်သတိမထွေးနဲ့ကွာထွေးတယ်ကွာဘာဖြစ်လဲဘယ်သူမှမလာမဖမ်းဘူးဒီနိုင်ငံမှာတော့စင်ကာပူမှာဆိုတော့ဖမ်းခံဒါသူ့နိုင်ငံ rule ဖြစ်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ဗမာနိုင်ငံမှာသတိနဲ့မကောက်ထွေးကြံထွေးတယ်ဘာဖြစ်လဲဘာမှမဖြစ်ဘူးဒီနိုင်ငံမှာထွေးတယ်ဘာမှမဖြစ်ဘူးဒါပေမဲ့ထွေးတယ်လားမထွေးတယ်နော်အဲ့တော့အဲ့ဒါတွေကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ကဇာရိတသီလလို့ခေါ်အဲ့တော့ဒါလေးတွေကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ကကလေးတွေကိုသင်ပေးမှာအိမ်မှာကိုကလေးတွေဒီဘယ်ကလေးမှာ၅ပါးသီလကိုချက်တဲ့ကလေးတယောက်မှမရှိဘူးနော်ဟုတ်တယ်မလားကလေးနဲ့မိဘနဲ့ဘာကြောင့်ရင်ဖြစ်နေကြဒီအပေါ်အကြောင်းမလုံးဝမဟုတ်ဘူးအောက်ကခါကြောင့်ဇာရိတပြဿနာဖြစ်နေကျမဖုန်းကြောင်းလဲခေါ်သွားပါတယ်ဆရာရဲ့ဖះလဲရှုခိုးခိုင်းပါတယ်ဒီကောင်ကလေကျမစကားတော့မထောက်ဘူးတော့တယ်မှမတယ်မကိုတင်ထားတာအပေါ်ဝရိတပဲတင်တာသူပြောမှာအမေကျွန်တော်လူတက်နေလို့လားကျွန်တော်တကယ်ပစ္စည်းလည်းမခိုးလိမ့်မယ်ရဲ့ကျွန်တော်ကောင်မရကလည်းကျွန်တော်ဘာမှမလုပ်ရက်လည်းမတက်ဘူးနည်းနည်းပါတော့လိမ့်မှာပေါ့မေအမေတော်လိမ့်သေးတာအမေဘာလို့ကျွန်တော်ဒေါသထွက်နေရတော့ဟုတ်တယ်မလားအဲ့တော့ကိုကလေးကိုဒေါသထွက်တယ်ဆိုပြီးမြဲကိုကသူ့မှမတင်ထားပဲအမှန်ကိုကဖြတ်စေချင်တာကလေးကိုဒါမျိုးဖြတ်စေချင်တာဟဲ့လူရွှေရှင်ကောင်းလေးကုန်သွားလေအပန်တစ်ခါတင်ထားလို့လေဟဲ့ပစ္စည်းတွေဝင်ပြမချဘူးဟာလူကြီးလက်ကလေးနဲ့ဖတ်နေပေးရတယ်အကိုကဖြတ်စေချင်တာပဲတင်မှမတင်ထားပဲဟုတ်လားအဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဗမာတွေဒီအပေါ်ဝရိတကိုတင်တာများပြီမဲ့ဝရိတကိုမတင်ရတော့ဘူးပို့ဆိုးလာတယ်အခုကြာလာနော်အဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကဒါလေးတွေကိုကလေးတွေကိုသင်ပေးရမယ် okay all right so repeat after me warita to cease sarita to keep so no to evil yes to good now in this case evil means the warita the 5 precepts or whatever the law says. Good means sarita, the etiquette, moral conduct. Okay? So,ကျွန်တော်တို့က warita ကိုရှောင်မယ် zarita ကိုဆောင်မယ်။ကိုဗမာလူကြီးတွေဒီအဲ့ဒါလေးကိုအများကြီးတယ် warita ကိုရှောင် zarita ကိုဆောင်။နော်မြတ်စွာဘုရားပြောထားဆိုရင်မကောင်းမှုရှောင်ကောင်းမှုဆောင်ဖြေအောင်စိတ်ကိုထား။ဟုတ်ပြီနော်။အဲ့တော့ okay. So here's the difference between the ethic, which is sarita, and the law. This is a definition from this country. Okay, so here the laws is formal, it's written document. Ethic, usually unwritten policies, right? That's the culture or understanding between you and your mom or your dad, your friends. Okay, interpreted by courts, interpreted by individual, right? As I just explained to you. Someone's culture might be someone's no, right? So, because you may not know because you live in this country. The hand sign that I show you, your parents know it. It's real nasty in Burma. In French, I didn't learn that. So I was in French school. I studied French for 5 years or from my high school, right? So I was in the Sorbonne, which is the advanced class. So that's French teacher. As a young graduate, he came to Burma and he was teaching and he wanted us to work hard. So he was doing that sign. We all freak out. And we went to the headmaster and, you know, that new teacher showed us a really, really bad sign. So the principal came and asked the teacher, what did you do to the students? So the teacher said, what's wrong? I didn't do anything. So then we said, no, he did that to us. So then the principal realized, oh, no, that means that they want you to work hard. He wants you to work hard. That's very, very typical gesture in France. But in Burma, it's no, right? So that is the interpreted by each individual or the culture or the country. Law established by legislature, ethic presented by philosopher, religious group, professional group, right? I work for prison system. They use F words like 20 times in 1 minute. That's their normal. But for me, oh my goodness, right? So I tell these guys, don't use F words to me. And this is what they said. Dr. Line, that's how we talk since we were little. I'm sorry, I can't change. What can I say? Right? So that's their acceptance between those prisoners or the low-class people, right? So those are the ethics applicable to everyone. It's a personal choice. Priority decided by court, priority determined by individual. Court makes final decision. No external decision maker. Enforceable by police and courts. Limited enforcement, right? Your parent may enforce you. Other than that, they cannot do anything if you don't follow the ethic, right? So, but we're going to focus a little bit more on that ethic piece today. Which is more important for you, your society and your country. Law-abiding versus, if you were to pick one for you or for your society or for your country, which one do you think is more important? Law-abiding citizen or ethical citizen? Where? Okay, raise your hand if you think, oh, law-abiding is more important. Raise your hand. Well, seems like you guys are now want to be ethical citizens more important. You think so? Okay. အဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကတရားဥပဒေလိုက်နာတဲ့လူနဲ့ right ကောင်းတဲ့လူသူရွေးမလဲ။နှစ်ယောက်ထက်တယောက်ပဲရွေးရမယ်ဆိုရင်ကိုယ့်အတွက်ဖြစ်စေကိုယ့်မိသားစုအတွက်ဖြစ်စေကိုယ့်တိုင်းပြည်အတွက်ဖြစ်စေနော်ကျွန်တော်ခုနပြောလို့ပဲငါးပါးသီလလုံးဝမဖောက်ဘူးလေငါးပါးသီလမဖောက်ဘူးတော့နေရုံနေတယ်မိန်းမနဲ့ထားရန်ဖြစ်မှာပေါ့ယောက်ျားနဲ့ထားချမှာပေါ့ဟာမိမငါဘုရားဘာသာစစ်စစ်လေငါဘာသာလုံးဝမဖြစ်ဘူးနေမငါဒီပြမိမငါစိတ်ထဲတော့မပြစ်မအောင်ဘာကြောင့်ရင်ထားဖြစ်တာကိုယောက်ျားငါဘာသာလည်းမချိုးဘူးလေချလိုက်ကြတာပဲ why ဘာဖြစ်လို့လဲ because driver မှာပြဿနာတက်လာဟုတ်လားအဲ့တော့ so if you're ethical what kind of person you are they call you your gentleman or your gentle lady. Oh, that kid is respectful. Oh, that kid's polite. That kid's courteous. Oh, a very courteous person. I like him. she is very considerate. She's very gracious. Affable. Maybe you may not be familiar with this word. So now this, would you like these adjectives? Yeah, you want that, right? You want someone to address you like that. Oh, Tom is so gentleman, right? Kevin's very respectful to the elders. So it's very polite. Kat is very courteous. Nolan is very cordial. Wei is very considerate. Marina is very gracious, right? So those kind of stuff, you want it. But that does not include your 5 precepts. That includes your sarita, sila, which is to be ethical. ကျွန်တော်တို့တွေကလူကြီးလူကောင်းဖြစ်ချင်တယ်သူများလေးစားတာခံချင်တယ်ယဉ်ကျေးတယ်လို့ပြောခံချင်တယ်ကိုယ်ကလေးတွေကိုကိုယ့်ကိုပေါ့နော်သူများယိုသေးတာခံချင်တယ်သူများကိုချင်းစာနာမှုရှိတာကိုလိုချင်တယ်ကျေးဇူးတက်တာကိုပြောခံချင်တယ်ဒါတွေဒီ5ပါးသီလနဲ့မဆိုင်တော့ဘူးနော်ဝါရိတသီလနဲ့မဆိုင်ဘူးဒါဒီစာရိတသီလနဲ့ပဲဆိုင်ဟုတ်ပြီနော် Okay so so how are we going to build a serendipitous life? Very beautiful. What is serendipitous? What is serendipity? Perfect and lucky. Okay, not only the perfect, it's you have a perfect, beautiful life. And you don't have to work hard. Isn't that good? That'll be good, right? So, all right, let's look at her. The whole picture. Let's critique on this picture from Sila point of view. Tell me, anyone to volunteer? Tell me what's going on here from the Sila point of view. Thomas. Is that because she doesn't have any? Is she poor? No, but she can't find the dress that she wants. Why? Good. What else? Anybody else? Yes, me. She's very unorganized. Very good. Kind. She is messy. Yes. So what's wrong with her? Is she breaking any precept? No. This picture doesn't tell you about killing, stealing, anything. But is she ethical? Very unlikely, right? So, but do you think she's happy? No, she looks very depressed, right? She has so many clothes, but she can't find one. Why? She's spoiled. She's ungrateful, right? Now, so that is nothing related to Warita or the 5%, but that is talking about your ethical issue, right? So don't be like this. Hello, general clearly go can't through canny or that yet has it. I go all go hang with that yet habia. Oh, no? Below by percent she, below by BC, Miamia, the Bulu Museum, Blue Mass and Beam Hope. See, like the Mutami channel and the show Miara, any moment Miazon, not do a don't sound who get anywhere GP. I'm to be on my hope. No, to Navadi la chop out the loo, hope the loo, and they are down to my shoe, that meant to be over Pelole. Do Una Sarita Tila to Macau. Right? Okay. Guys, some of you guys might have been there. No, that's not Shirkumbura. Where do you know where that is? No, that's actually in Burma. We've been there. Anybody knows where that is? Moya, very good. Bapiaro. Bodhi town, very good. So this is the second largest standing stupa all over the world. The second one. The first one is in Japan. The second one, and this has 31 stories. Why 31? Yes, it has 31 stories. Why 31? 31 rounds, right? So inside this standing stupa, 31 stories. And what does each story represent? Yes, one round. So you walk in and you will see one harem. So they have display about health, right? So let's say you go to the angel realm. So they have all the drawings and figurines and pictures about the angel realm. Now, the Burmese, Buddhist majority country. What do you see there? Do you know where that is from? That inside that pagoda, I took the picture. Now, think that's a betel nut chewing in Burma, which is very common. You don't see that in this country. But those of you who have been to Burma or Asian country, you'll know that a lot of people chew the betel nuts and they spit. Nasty. Now, not only that, they spit on the street. Imagine they call themselves Buddhist. Inside the Buddha image, inside these layers, they do like that. They spit. They left all their trash inside. Now, is it good? Is it something related to 5 precepts? No, I'm sure every single Buddhist going inside this Buddha image, 31 layers, they are not going to break 5 precepts. But what are they breaking? The sarita, right? Inside the Buddha, inside this Buddha. Yes, yeah. So, Burma, even though it's a Buddhist country, even though Burmese call United States or any other country, they don't follow 5 precepts. They are not Buddhist, this and that, but they're poor. When you go to Burma, it's nasty, dirty. Why? Because they don't keep the sarita, the second type of sila. Now, this is very, very unacceptable. Right? Spitting on the street, bad, but it's okay. But you're a Buddhist and you're spitting and leaving trash inside this Buddha image. That's very nasty. Right? ကျွန်တော်တို့ဗမာတွေဗုဒ္ဓဘာသာလို့ပြောတယ်သူများနိုင်ငံကိုပုတ်ချသလားမင်းနဲ့ဟာအမေရိကန်လိုနိုင်ငံကြီးဟာပြဿနာရဲ့ရက်ကြီးသွားတဲ့နေရာမဟုတ်ဘူးငါးပါးသီလမလုံးဘူးပြောလိုက်ရင်တော့ရရအောင်မရှိဘူးအဲ့လိုပြောတဲ့ဗမာတွေကပဲဒီရက်တော်မူကြီးကလေကဘာမှာဒုတိယအကြီးဆုံးအဲ့ထက်ဝင်သွားရင်30ပုံလောက်ထားအရန်ကိုကောင်းတယ်နော်ငရဲဆိုလဲငရဲကြောင်းလေးပြထားတယ်ဟိုကျွန်တော်တို့နတ်ပြည်ဆိုနတ်ပြည်ကြောင်းလေးပြထားတယ်ပြမပြည်ကြီးကြောင်းလေးပြထားတယ်ဗမာတွေအဲ့ထက်မှာကွန်သတွေးထူးတယ်ဗျာအမိုက်တွေထားခဲ့တယ်ဗျာဒီကားတတ်မှာပြောလိုက်ရင်တော့သူတို့လောက်ဘာသာရေးကိုကန်ရှင်းတာမရှိဘူးမင်းတို့ငါတို့ဖျားမစော်ကားနဲ့ဒါစော်ကားတာမဟုတ်ဘူးလားဖျားကိုတော်တဲ့ဝင်တဲ့ကွန်သတွေးထွေးတယ်အမိုက်တွေထားခဲ့အဲ့လိုနိုင်ငံကြီးဟာဘယ်လိုလုပ်တိုးတက်မလဲ right အဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်တို့တွေကလည်းငါးပါးသီလကြီးပဲသင်ပေးနေလို့မရဘူးကလေးတွေကိုဇာရိတသင်ပေးရမယ်ကိုယ့်အိမ်မှာကလေးတွေဟိုစားရပြန်မလာထားတယ်ပကံဆေးမသွားဘူးဒီတိုင်းထားခဲ့တယ်စတဲ့ထက်လည်းပဲဖြစ်ကစံထက်တခြားစီမထက်ဘူးအဲ့ဒါဇာရိတနော်ငါးပါးသီလနဲ့မဆိုင်ဘူးဗုဒ္ဓဘာသာဖြစ်စေခရစ်ယာန်ဖြစ်စေမွတ်စလင်ဖြစ်စေ doesn't matter အဲ့ဇာရိတသည်ကျောင်းလည်းမသိဘူးကျွန်တော်ငယ်တုန်းကကျောင်းနေရာသင်ပေးတယ်လောကနေဒီဆိုပြီးတော့ဗမာနိုင်ငံမှာလည်းခုမသိဘူးဒီနိုင်ငံမှာလည်းမသိဘူးဘယ်သူတောင်ကိုတောင်ကကိုချက်လို့မွေးထားတဲ့ကလေးပြီးတော့မှဟာကလေးကစိုးလိုက်တာကျွန်မငယ်တုန်းကလုံမဟုတ်ပါဘူးကျွန်တော်ငယ်တုန်းကလုံမဟုတ်ပါဘူးဆိုတာကျွန်တော်ငယ်တုန်းကကိုမိဘသင်ခဲ့တယ်ကိုမမှတ်မိဘူးဒါမှမဟုတ်လည်းကျောင်းကသင်တယ်အခုကကြတော့ကိုကတော့မသိဘူးဒါပေမဲ့ကိုကလေးကိုအဲ့လို expect လုပ်ရမလို့right okay look at that picture and tell me what will you do and put a new one in, right? So how many times have you sinned like this? Someone in front of you used the bathroom. You stopped. Didn't put it back in. Raise your hand if you have sinned a few times at least. Yeah? Okay. So you're not the only one. So that is about being ethical. Now, we're not talking about ethical. We're not talking about religion, right? We're not talking about stealing. We're not talking about making perfect clean of your house. We're talking something minor like this. Now, this is the ethical stuff. This is the sarita stuff, right? So a lot of time what you do is you go to the bathroom, you're on your phone and you're playing game or you're watching on whatever, Instagram or YouTube or whatever, and you use it up. Sometimes you even forget to clean your rears. Or, well, you may not forget that, but you forget to replace this. That tells your ethic. That's bad, right? So start changing from this level. Okay? ဟုတ်လားလူကြီးတွေဘယ်နှခါတူလဲကိုကလေးအိမ်ကနောက်ဆုံးဆောက်ရလေး3 ရက်ပြန်မထည့်ပါဘူးကလေးအသင်ပေးရမယ်နော် Yeah. All right. Okay. So how do we know? So because we're talking about Buddhism here, right? We're learning Buddhism here. Now, did Buddha talk about that? Yes, he did. But unfortunately, Buddha didn't talk about this detail for the lay person like us. But Buddha, he actually laid in detail about the novices, the young monks. Okay? We see that in this sutta called Khandaka Vutta Sutta. Okay? If you are serious enough to become a monk, you start as a novice, and you got to follow this Khandaka Vutta. And it has a lot of things, and I'm just putting in just a few. All right, Kevin, could you read a few of those for me, please? Okay, so there are 109 guidelines that Buddha laid out for the monks, for the novices. All right, some, majority of those, you can practice this in your life too, right? Things like this, right? So those are the ethical guidelines that Buddha gave. Okay, all right, ကျွန်တော်တို့မြတ်စွာဘုရားသည်လူတွေကိုဟောခဲ့တဲ့အခါမှာသူကဇာရိတနဲ့ဝရိတဆိုပြီးတော့ပြောခဲ့တယ်။ဇာရိတကိုတော့သူကတိတိချာချာအသေးစိတ်မပြောခဲ့ဘူး။လူတွေကိုမပြောခဲ့ပေမဲ့မြတ်စွာဘုရားသည်မြတ်စွာဘုရားဇာရိတနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့မင်္ဂလာတုတ်နဲ့သင်္ကာလောဝါဒတုတ်မှာပြောခဲ့တာရှိတယ်။ဒါပေမဲ့ဒီလောက်အသေးမစိတ်ဘူး။ဘယ်သူကတော့ပြောခဲ့လဲဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကမြတ်စွာဘုရားသည်သူ့ရဲ့ယဟန်တွေကိုပြောခဲ့တာရှိတယ်။ယဟန်ငယ်တွေသည်ရှင်ကျင့်ဝတ်109ပါးဆိုရှိတယ်။လိန်10ပါး၊ဒံ10ပါး၊ခန္ဓာဝတ်14ပါး၊တေခိယဝတ်85ပါးဆို109ပါးလောက်ထားခဲ့တယ်။အဲ့109ပါးမှာအားလုံးကျွန်တော်တို့ငယ်ငယ်ကမိဘတွေပြောခဲ့တဲ့ဟာတွေအကုန်ပါတယ်။ဟုတ်ပြီနော်။အစာစားရင်ပလတ်မစားဘူး။အဲဟိုခြေတော့နေတဲ့ခါမှာဒုံမြအောင်မနေရဘူးဆိုတဲ့ဟာဒီမြတ်စွာဘုရားကဦးစင်းငယ်တွေကိုပြောခဲ့တဲ့ခါမှာအကုန်ပါတယ်။နော်။အဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်ငယ်တော့ဘာကြောင့်ဒါတွေသိတာလဲဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒီဟာတွေကိုမြတ်စွာဘုရားကလူတွေတော့လို့မဟောခဲ့တော့ဘာလို့တလဲဆိုတော့ရှေးလူကြီးတွေရှေးဆရာတော်ကြီးတွေကကျွန်တော်တို့ကိုပြန်ပြီးတော့ဒီဟိုလောကနေဒီမှာထည့်ပြီးတော့အကြောင်းလေးမှာပြန်သင်ပေးတယ်အခုကလောကနေဆိုတာလည်းမရှိတော့ဘူးတော်တော်ကလည်းမဖတ်ကြဘူးနော်အဲ့တော့ဒါတွေဘယ်ရလဲဆိုတော့ဒီခန္ဓကဝက်ဆိုရဲမြတ်စွာဘုရားကဒီကိုရင်နေဦးစဲအငယ်တွေကိုဒီကျင့်ဝတ်အနေနဲ့ထားရတဲ့ထဲမှာအကုန်ရှိပါတယ်နော်အဲ့တော့သိကျင်အဲ့မှာတော့ဖတ်ပြီးရင်ခက်စနေတူတဲ့ဟာကိုကိုကလေးပြတ်တယ်ဒါမှမဟုတ်ဖိုးလိုချင်းလောကနေဒီဖတ်ဟုတ်ပြီနော် What would you do if you see something like this? If you do something like this, if you want to be ethical, if you have a good moral conduct, what would you do? Yeah, and take all the cards, put it in place, right? Yes. Yes, you do know where there is because it's my house, my kids, right? So moral conduct we're talking about here. Moral conduct starts from your bathroom, your toilet paper, right? Your phone call, right? That's a Sarita Sila. Okay? Without that, your life will not be beautiful. There will be no serendipity. If your life is not beautiful, your family life will not be beautiful. If your family life is not beautiful, your society will not be beautiful. Then your country, and go on and so on and so forth. Right? So please, not only focus on the 5 precepts. This is the Sarita Sila is even more important for all of us. Okay? All right. Now we're going to go to next. This is the month of the Dencho in Burma. Okay? So, Sarah, read that for me, the Dencho. Okay. The Dencho is forgiven. Meaning your parents will give pocket money to you. But it's also for forgiven. What is forgiven? What do you forgive? Why parents give you the pocket money, you gotta forgive your sin and your parents. Okay, so let's look at it. So here are the 5 duties of parents, and the other side is 5 duties of children. Okay, you need to know both. You might want to ask, I'm not a parent yet. Why do I need to know the other? Okay, there's a reason why. So let's look at the things here. 5 duty of parents. Things good parents will teach their kids. Okay, that's from Singalawara Sutta. That's exactly from Buddha. Okay, so Buddha said, teach your kids not to do any evil. No to evil. Teach your kids to say yes to good, which is Sarita. The Buddha wants parents to teach Warita and Sarita. Establish a profession. Now, ask yourself, are your parents doing that for you? Thomas. Yeah? How? They make you go to school, whether you love it or not, right? They make you learn the profession. Yes? So every single one of you go to school, right? Because they're giving you education to establish your profession. Give seed money for investment. Now, you may not know, some of your parents already have some investment for you, some retirement for you, or they're saving money for you so that you have money for investment later down the line. Now, gain a good life partner, right? Why did I teach you how to choose a good life partner? That's not what I wanted to teach you. That's what Buddha said. Okay? These are the 5 responsibilities of parents laid out by Buddha. Now, that's our responsibility. Now, ask yourself, my dad or my mom or both of them, are they dutiful? And if you feel like my parents are not doing that for me. Now, your parents at least take you to the temple or bring you here so that you learn about the Warita and Sarita. You do go to school, right? They send you to school and they're saving money for you. And we learn about how to find a good partner, right? Do you feel like your parents are dutiful? Are they doing their job? Come on, guys. No? Yes? Do you think your parents are doing their job? Yes? Does any one of you have any doubt that my mom is not doing her job or my dad is not doing his job? Anyone? No, right? Okay. Now, if you feel like your parents are doing their job, now you need to know what you are supposed to do. Right? So, Yeti, read those for me. All right. Now, the 5 responsibility of the kids include 3 while they are alive and 2 when they're dead. Okay. So the first 3 is right now, most of your parents are alive. Take care of that. Taking responsibility and managing household activity, helping your mom, helping your dad, cleaning the dishes, making the bed, cleaning the yard. Okay, that's your responsibility. Show ability to maintain the lineage and tradition. What does it mean by that? It could be religion, very good. Or it could be culture, the way that you dress, like Thomas doing. Right? So you maintain the lineage and the tradition. Support them in physical, not only physical, emotional needs. Now make sure you're supporting your parents, not only physically. You know, I sent my mom $500 a day back to Burma. But what I'm not doing, I'm not doing emotional need. I'll be sending money, but I should be calling my mom. Hey, mom, are you okay? I miss you. What do you need? Okay, those kind of stuff. Hey, mom, it's your birthday. I really miss you. Right? Are you planning to go to Shwedagon Pagoda? Those kind of stuff. So make sure when your parents are alive, you do those 3 things. How many of you are helping your parents emotionally? I know you guys are good kids and you guys are helping physically, cleaning the house, keeping the yard, whatever. Are you guys really helping your parents emotionally? Please, don't make your parents mad or upset or cry. Okay? So those 3 things are when your parents are alive, do that now. But after they die, what are you supposed to do? As a Buddhist, doing good deeds, such as donation, and sending the merits to late parents and ancestors. Not only that you do the good deeds and donation, but you gotta send that marriage for the late parents and ancestors, right? And taking care of their relatives. So those are your responsibility. But these 2, I don't want you to worry about that now. You guys are young, but I want you to take care of at least the top 3. Make sure you take care of yourself, your room, your dishes, your clothes, right? Try to learn the tradition, the Buddhism, the culture, language. Support them physically and emotionally. Okay? အဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဗမာတွေကမိဘကျင့်ဝတ် 5 ပါးတာသမီကျင့်ဝတ် 5 ပါးဆိုပြီးတော့လွတ်လဲရတယ်သိလဲသိတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့တကယ် practice မလုပ်ဘူးနော်အဲ့တော့ဒီမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ကအားလုံးအလုပ်ရတယ်ဗမာမိဘတွေနော်ဟိုမိဘကျင့်ဝတ် 5 မကောင်းမြတ်တာကောင်းရညလာအတက်စင်ပေးဝင်နေထိမ်းမြကျင့်လေငါးတယ်ဖခင်မယ်လို့သာဆိုပြီးတော့ဒါပေမဲ့တကယ်ဘာပြောချင်တာလဲတကယ်ပြောချင်တာဒီမကောင်းတာမလုပ်နဲ့ကိုသိရမယ်မကောင်းတာဆိုတာပါလဲကောင်းတာလုပ်ကောင်းတာဆိုတာပါလဲကိုပြောပြမယ်ကလေးတွေကိုသင်ပေးရမယ်ကိုယ်တိုင်လည်းမကောင်းဆိုတာပါလဲကောင်းတာဆိုတာပါလဲသိရမယ်နော်ကိုယ့်ရဲ့ကလေးတွေမိဘတိုင်းကတော့ကျောင်းပို့တယ်ပညာတတ်စေချင်တဲ့ဒါ no doubt ဟုတ်လားပတ်စံစုပေးတယ်ပြီးရင်အိမ်အောင်ကောင်းရှာပေးတယ်ဒါဖះဟောခဲ့တာနော်ဒါပေမဲ့ဒီခက်မှာတော့ဘယ်သူမှသမီးနေကဒီယောက်ျားနဲ့ပြီးသားမှလည်းမြည်လို့မရလို့ဘယ်လို့မှမရတော့ကျွန်တော်ငယ်တော့ကမရကျွန်တော်တော့မရတော့ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပိုးတော့မရသေးဘာလို့လုပ်လို့ရတယ်သားရည်ဒီလိုကောင်မလေးမျိုးကတော့ကောင်းတယ်ဒီလိုကောင်မလေးမျိုးမကောင်းဘူးသားစမ်းတာအဲ့လောက်တော့ပြောလို့ရဟုတ်ပါလားအဲ့တော့ကိုကပြောရမှာနော်အိမ်အောင်ဘက်ကောင်ဘယ်လိုရွေးရဆိုတော့ကိုမှပြောပိုင်ခွင့်ရှိတယ်ပြောလဲပြောတယ် right arrange marriage တော့လုပ်လို့မရဘူးဒီနိုင်ငံမှာဟုတ်ပြီနော်အဲ့လိုပဲကိုကလေးတွေကကိုကိုဘာလုပ်စေချင်လဲဆိုရင်ကလေးတွေကိုသင်ပြနော်ကလေးတွေဝတ်တရားဘာရှိလဲဆိုတော့ပြဟုတ်ပြီနော်အဲ့တော့ကိုကလည်းမိဘတယောက်အနေနဲ့မိဘတာဝန်ကြီးသလိုသားသမီးတွေကလည်းသားသမီးတာဝန်ကြီးအောင်ကိုကရှင်းပြမယ်သားသမီးတာဝန်ဘာရှိလဲဆိုတဲ့ဟာ okay so here parents are always there forgiven. They deserve your forgiveness. Parents are there forgiven. Parents do not expect anything back from you. Right? Now, if your dad send you to school and spend money, does he expect money back from you? Haven't? No. Right? So, but what do they deserve is your forgiveness. Because some of you might be upset and angry with your mom or dad for different reasons. My mom is so mean to me. I wanted to play games. She didn't let me do it. I'm mad at her. And you stomp your feet. Okay? That means you're mad at them. Don't do that. Forgive them. They have a reason. They're there for you. Right? The job, all they want is they want to give it to you. Take it and forgive them. They're there forgiven, but they deserve your forgiveness. Okay? Why? William, read that for us.
Forgive others.
Even if you don't like your mom or dad, if you forgive them, you feel very peaceful. If you don't forgive your mom or your dad, what kind of son is that? What kind of daughter is that? Okay, all I'm waiting is the moment that they go to college and out of my house and I'll be very happy. Don't be like that. Okay? So forgive them no matter what. If you forgive, you feel peaceful inside. Sarah, read that for me, please. Okay, now think very deeply. How easy is it to say, I am sorry? Deeply. Deeply from your heart. It's easy to say, hey, sorry. Am I really sorry? So let's say I'm mad at him. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Am I really sorry? Do I sound like sorry? Is my facial expression like I'm really sorry? No, I'm just saying it. Instead, yeah, I'm really very sorry. Okay, so now it's hard for you to say that to your friend. Your parents, even worse. Your brother and your sister, worse. Okay, so please try to say really sorry from your heart. Because you're going to be strong. When you say sorry, it means you're a very strong person. All right, not from the tip of your lips, from your heart. And it takes even stronger person to forgive. Okay, so please be a stronger person today, especially the sister, the ancient mom. That's our culture, that we forgive people. We forgive ourselves. We forgive our parents. Okay? All right. So now we're going to bow down to our parents, our grandparents. So they're going to sit there. We're going to say this. And I want one of you to read this part, want to know this part. I want one of the parents to read the parents' part. Okay? And after that, we'll bow down to our parents. All right? Anybody would like to volunteer for this left side? Where? You want to do that? Okay, all right. So what I want you to do is, kids, I really want you to pay attention. Okay? Then we'll bow down, we'll turn around and bow down to the parents. But first, we'll contemplate this. Okay? All right. Okay, Wayne, go ahead. Your parents and friends, on this day of beautiful birthday, I have stood on the 5 မိဘတို့ဤဝတရား၅ပါးနဲ့သာသမီများဤဝတရား၅ပါးတို့ကိုလေးလေးနက်ဆင်ခြင်သုံးသပ်ခဲ့မိပါတယ်။ဖေဖေမမေဖဖိုးဖွားတို့ဟာမိဘဝတရားအလွန်တာဝန်ကြီးမြတ်သူများဟုအလွန်ယုံကြည်သဘောပေါက်ပါတယ်။အပြန်အလှန်အားဖြင့် Tata Mimiro Gale, Tadami, what young Abago, Japion Ziaba, who grieve you bare. Going along, go no along to Mamma, the Baba Pit, Mati Pisse, Tilia Pisse, Piamacho long game with the Shido, Color Biba, you taste what out pare. Then, Viva Miaga, Viva Miama, Gini Oneness. Okay. Okay. So, hello, Miva Miagale, Tata Mimi Miliro ye. The Nilo Taya Lapare, the Maya Jemulima, Viva Rui, what the young Avane, Talmina, what the young Avarago, the Linanet, Saint Totem, Kemibare. Tadamimi Miliro ha, Talmi what the alone town chief and Yahoo, alone Yogi the Boba Pare. A piano absent, Pepe Mimi Fu Fuarogale, Viva what the young Avago, a same year champions Yava may who grieve you bare. Go no along to Mamma, the Baba absent, Material say, Tilia say, Piama Julong gave me the Shido. Hello, Biba, down can bare. Okay, the barrel. Hello, Java. Okay, so okay. So we really need to understand our culture. We really need to understand where this came from the guidance of Buddha. All right. And I really want you to forgive your parents from your heart, whatever it is. Yeah, sometimes it could be just a little tiny thing, right? A lot of time you don't get the games or tablets or phone that you really want, or you don't get to go to the place that you want. You don't get to hang out with the friends that you want, whatever it may be, right? Your parents are there for you, right? They're always there forgiven. Please